Okay, chat, I actually have to fake the rest of, not fake, but I have to create the rest of this, recreate the rest of this video that I have just been recording for 7 minutes because I was muted the whole time. Anyways, reaction to, so this is okay now. Yes, I want it to be universal from the he's to the she's to the days. It should be universal for everybody, chat. Go ahead.
For the past 2 weeks, pretty much every
Oh my god, I can't believe that actually happened. I'm so annoyed. I was 7 minutes in. I was in the zone on this reaction. Go ahead.
screen that I own has been taken over by one person. The man, the myth, the Giga Chad himself, Leon S. Kennedy.
Leon Stacks Kennedy. That's him, baby.
In case you missed it, somehow Resident Evil
Leon, walk him down, Kennedy.
Requiem recently came out, and it is pretty great. Capcom absolutely cooked. They sold 5 million copies in 5 days, and they've confirmed that DLC is on the way. I'm about to finish my 5th.
That's pretty good. I actually missed that. I didn't realize that she said that there was DLC on the way. I feel like a game, Leon Big Guns Kennedy, Leon Cannon Kennedy. What was I gonna say? I feel like a DLC will definitely sell for this because the base game is really good from what I hear, right? Like everyone's saying this is a really good game. Also, I didn't know that you could have 5 playthroughs in this game. I didn't know it had that much replayability. That's pretty cool, actually.
Playthrough. Yes, my 5th, using almost exclusively the RPG as Leon because
That actually sounds really funny.
I just unlocked unlimited ammo for it. And even though I have a ton of thoughts about the game itself, this video isn't really about RE9. It is about the massive double standard of some of the people celebrating Leon the hardest right now. The thirst articles, the journalists who need to be hosed down.
If Leon Kennedy isn't hot enough, Resident Evil has mods for you for this particular. And like I said, I keep saying I'm going to say like I said until I reach the 7-minute mark. This is all well and good, but the fact that it's from Nexus mods, right? Nexus mods take down a bunch of a bunch of mods for other characters when they're like, oh, it doesn't fit, blah 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 blah. Like, dude, you guys keep trying to push stuff and lecture people, but you guys are okay with this being with people doing this with Leon Kennedy. And like I said, because I hate double standards, I am okay with this being done to Leon Kennedy as long as it's done, as long as when people do this to women, it's fine. Which I also think is fine, right? These are game characters. You can kind of do this to these characters. They're not real. So you doing this to Leon Kennedy, totally fine. Don't even blame you. He's hot.
Like overheated zoo
good.
animals. The same people who have spent the last decade lecturing everybody else about this exact thing, just in reverse.
Yeah.
Once again, rules for thee, but not for he.
Also, I was gonna say that's a thing I never thought of, but it's pretty cool. Rules for thee, but not for he. I don't remember that one. That's a really good that's a bar. That's a bar right there.
Now, before we get into the details, I do need you to understand the scale of what has actually been happening. We are talking countless fan edits with millions of views, Leon fan cams, the art.
Where's the love for Grace, bro? Give me my... You know what's really funny? One of my last tweets was about Grace. The Xbox official account posted something about Leon Kennedy, showing Leon, like how to trap Leon. I replied to that, the post. I replied to it, and I just said, that's really cool, very based. Now let's see the Grace version. I don't know if anyone ever replied to it. I got banned right after. I got banned
So
like
much
shortly
art,
after.
cosplays, gym motivation posts, men saying Leon has inspired them to get in shape, which is really...
I will say that. I'm glad that the boys, when a hot character like this comes out, I'm glad that the boys don't complain. They're just like, I wonder if I can achieve that build. And I think they can, because Leon isn't crazily built. I don't think. Or at least he doesn't look like he's crazily built.
Men saying Leon...
But yeah, dude. Guys getting in the gym for Project Leon Kennedy? Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. You love to see it. You love to see it. Boys, get in there.
Leon has inspired them to get in shape, which is really cool, actually.
Yeah.
Shirtless Leon mods, Leon dad and mustache mods, all...
This mustache mod gets me
Shirtless
every time.
Leon mods, Leon dad. And mustache mod.
He looks like he looks like Omni. Are you sure? A mistake. But yeah, he looks like he's from a 70s cop show with this mustache. It looks funny, but it's also a pretty it's a pretty cool mod.
Mods, all well and all good. But then the professionals started to jump in, and I might have started getting a little better. Kotaku published a piece called Leon's.
Of course, it's Kotaku. Who else would it be other than Kotaku? I legitimately. Who else but Kotaku?
Scott Kennedy, I'm on prep. I'm still not sure.
Hold on. Dog, I don't know how to tell you this. Why did you have to tell us you are on STD meds? Right? Mind you, no one told you had to do this. Why did you tell us this? Like, what? Do you not have any shame? That's disgusting, bro. Now, I'm glad that you are on meds. I'll say that. I'm glad you're on meds. You're being safe. You're taking care of yourself. Cool. Got it. Bro, keep that to yourself. What is wrong with you? Like, holy, what the and of course, this is going to be from Kotaku, right? Kotaku. We already know them, and Alyssa Mercante, who now has to say, would you like extra fries with that?
Sure how that one was not.
Exactly. You tell me I can't get Resident Evil You're telling me I can't get my Resident Very Evil for Grace when her design is okay, but woman can get it in the Amazon for Leon? I guess so. Houston got a ton of them during spring break. Leon was doing unprotected hand-holding. No, Leon was fine. This Kenneth Shepard guy, bro, that's disgusting, bro.
Only approved, but actually published, where the writer describes deliberately keeping Leon on low health just to hear his pained grunts, and how his own pants are, at one point, gone. This is a professional journalist, mind you.
And this is why games journalists just aren't respected. I mean, here, I'll say this. I'll respect this person more, which will not be very, very much because he admitted this. But I would respect them more to see what they would say about Nikkei. What kind of thoughts did you have on Snowbreak Containment Zone being basically harassed offline because of a feminist group in China? What were your thoughts on that? How did you feel about Girls Frontline 2 being released? I think we have some questions that you need to answer if you're going to start being on this whole high horse, which honestly I wouldn't put you near a horse, but still.
And then even Nintendo, the company
Grace's
that treats
when
a
they are
single
very good, I'll
exposed
tell you
polygon like it's a
Grace's grunts. I didn't know Grace had grunts, but yeah.
federal crime, posted on X that Leon is absolutely jacked with a blush face emoji. Capcom posted a thirst edit of him set to Usher's Hey Daddy, Daddy's Home on the official account with the
I was going to do this with Varka, so that's fine. Sure. I get it. I was going to do it with, like I said, these edits, one side is fine as long as the other side is fine. And like I would have done it with Varka when he got released in Genshin Impact. I don't know how to do edits. I mean, it's probably not that hard, but yeah, and like I'm saying, it's fine. It's totally fine.
check mark and everything. I've pretty much seen it all at this point. I think brands posting, journalists posting, everyone posting the highest levels of sexy thirst for Leon. Even his own voice actor had some things to say, but I will touch on that in just a bit. Now, to be clear, this is nothing against Leon at all, or against the celebration of attractive characters. You guys know I am all for attractive characters, and I love Leon.
Yeah.
I think he is a legitimately great character, and it is
For every Leon Kennedy, there's also a black cat and a white fox, so I'm all about it.
so refreshing to see such a strong male lead finally get celebrated again. And with the way Capcom was moving up to this game's launch, all of this was to be expected. I also expected cosplayers would have a heyday when
Dude, I'm just saying. Was it Wesker who was obsessed with this girl? Dude. I see the vision. I'm gonna tell him that I see the vision. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I get it.
I came across this Easter egg of Rebecca Chambers stashed away in the library by Albert Wesker, which somebody responded on a parody Wesker account with a formal statement that genuinely made me laugh out loud. But
I'm aware of the juvenile rumors circulating regarding a certain photograph found in my desk. Let me clarify something for the intellectually deficient. Possession does not imply obsession. Rebecca Chambers was a subordinate, a talented one, admittedly. I make it a habit to keep records of assets with potential, nothing more. If your limited imagination requires reducing strategic foresight to whatever vulgar fantasy you might have concocted, that speaks far more about you than it does about me. Do try to elevate yourselves. That's perfect. That's so funny, dude. Whoever's running this account, that's amazing. I love that, dude.
Account with a formal statement that genuinely made me laugh out loud. But I can honestly say I was not expecting Victor Gideon thirst content.
Maybe I don't need to watch these videos anymore. Actually, I'm gonna keep this one covered with my hair. You guys don't need to see it.
Yes, I had to put my phone down after that and went and stood in my yard for a few minutes. But while I was outside getting some air, I got to thinking, imagine if a female character got this treatment at this scale. Imagine Kotaku published Jill Valentine, aware content.
Yeah, show them what would happen when Stellar Blade came out. I'm sure they had the same reaction, right? I'm sure everyone was insanely normal about Stellar Blade.
Imagine PlayStation posted a thirst edit of Lara Croft set to Justin Timberlake's Sexy Back, or Nintendo highlighting Bayonetta's curves with a wink face emoji. You know, I actually can't imagine it because you and I both know exactly what would happen. We know because we have watched it happen for at least a decade. There was this wave of critics and activists who looked at the gaming audience.
Winner Game of the Year, Stellar. There it is. And there it is. And there it is. Stellar Blade. Oh my God, you guys are losers. Joshua Wollins, what was your... Did you put an article out about Leon Kennedy? Let's see your search history, bud. How about that?
An industry that was largely built by and for men, and basically said, the characters you like are a problem. The women you find attractive, that's immature, progressive, and a moral failing. And this,
lower cross feminist hero, just another male fantasy. Both.
Was not just one person yelling into the void. This was all over gaming media. Full coverage, speaking invitations, developer.
I don't know why people always talk about the male gaze. I mean, I like gay people. Shout out to gay people, but like, why are people always talking about, or I don't know.
This was all over gaming media. Full coverage, speaking invitations,
Street Fighter 5 tones down the focus on female baddies. Street Fighter 6 definitely didn't. They put Maya in Street Fighter 6. They did not transfer this. Bro, they did not transfer to 6. Cause yeah, I know, I'll tell you that. They did not transfer to 6, brother. Because man, there's some baddies in that one.
Developer consultations, and it got
or so bodies. This is bodies. They didn't, dude. You should see the jiggle physics in Street Fighter 6. They did not tone anything down.
Loud that not only did studios start listening, they started hiring these people, and it has become the norm. Which, for example, is how we see something like the devs of 1348X Photo so casually respond to this tweet about their characters saying, why would you expect women to necessarily be attractive?
Okay, let's read this.
About their characters.
Let's look at this interaction. Why do devs keep making intentionally unattractive female characters? Why do you expect women to necessarily be attractive? Because they're a product. Are women like real women products? No. But the women that you're putting out in video games are. That's why, although Voto likes you, no one likes Voto. Right? Like, I will say this. Does the attractive character mean the game is going to be successful? No. But it does not hurt it either. Right? You're going to gain more points than lose them if you make a hot character. That's just reality. Did Leon Kennedy, if Leon Kennedy was like 300 pounds, not hot, let himself go, would that have hurt the story? Probably not. But I'm just saying, and I get it. So that's why I'm saying I'm okay with him being super hot. Is I get it, right? I 100% get it. So I'm okay with Leon Kennedy being hot because, again, he's a product. And people are probably a lot less upset about me saying Leon Kennedy is a product than the women characters are a product.
Saying, why would you expect women to necessarily be attractive? Happy launch day, guys, by the way. So for the better part of a decade, we have watched it happen. A very loud, coordinated, industry-level push to change female characters in games. They were too revealing, they pushed unrealistic beauty standards, were harmful to the culture. Developer guides started telling studios what female characters should and shouldn't look like. Official company statements were issued. Whole victory poses got pulled because some...
Dude, it sucks that this pose got, like... I know it's forever, right? It's been so long since this pose was taken out. I still don't understand why this pose was taken out. Like, why would you complain about this? She just turned around.
Someone wrote a forum post... Looking at you, 2016 Tracer. Characters that had looked a certain way for decades got soft.
That was a decade ago.
In their remakes. And the press either...
Wait, what did that say?
Characters that had looked a certain way for decades got...
Stellar Blade is a teenage boy's ideas of the perfect video game? Or it was just a good game? And here's the thing. I know these people aren't praising Voto likes you. Because that game is trash, brother. That game is dog. The game is garbage, brother. It just sucks, brother. So I know they're not praising that, but you have to at least praise Stellar Blade because this game is by a company that does good games, right? Nikke is a good game. Nikke has great stories, too. Like, pick any AAA game. Like, I always say this because it's true. Pick any AAA game for the past decade that has... pandering story, and I'll give you just one Nikke story and it'll dog walk it.
Softened in their remakes, and the press either applauded or...
Wait, was this Wu Chang Fallen Feathers? Oh, I accidentally muted. That was not the stop button. Was that about Wu Chang?
And the press...
Wu Chang Fallen Feathers makes the same mistake as Stellar Blade. What's the mistake? The style is all good but needs to be backed up by substance? Sure, dude, sure.
Press either applauded or scolded you for noticing. Outfits got covered up, proportions got adjusted. If a new female character showed up looking a little bit too good, she was not celebrated, she was villainized, and a controversy or problem to be solved. These people treated every female character like she was going through airport security. Ma'am, that's a little bit too much cleavage. I'm gonna need you to step aside. Meanwhile, we have seen celebrations of characters like Geralt, Arthur.
God, that's so weird reading it again, the whole prep thing. Red Dead Redemption 2 is on PC, now naturally it's time to make nude mods, of course.
Morgan, Asterion, and most recently, Leon. Thirst traps, shirtless mods, people calling for nudity mods, which is not needed for Asterion, but nobody wrote a developer guide about that. Nobody called it harmful or was concerned about what it said about the industry. It's almost like the rules only ever applied to one set of characters.
Yeah.
Super weird. What's even funnier is after years of this, a study actually came out like 2 years ago that said female gamers preferred playing as the hotter female characters. Anyway, not the toned down one.
Because everyone likes hot characters, chat. It's not even that like you have to be attracted to them to like attractive women. Girls who are completely straight like hot women too. It's something they could strive for, like Leon Kennedy, and two, it's something that they can dress up as, or they can play it and feel good about feel like a baby, right? And they deserve it just as much as men. They deserve to feel like that just as much as men when they play as like what's it called? What's the word I'm looking for? A Warhammer character, right? I think everyone deserves to feel good about themselves every once in a while, right?
And now those same outlets...
The hotter, the more likely you have to turn the AC on. I hate you.
Those same voices, sometimes the same human beings, who spent years telling developers and gamers what women should and shouldn't look like in games, and in some cases are still writing those pieces, are now sharing pants removal journalism about Leon S. Kennedy. They are telling developers that attractive female characters are harmful to the culture with one hand and gooning to Leon S. Kennedy.
Mommy. I've been a bad
I've
boy.
seen people make jokes
Yo, Wicky's over. Thank you for the follow, dude. I appreciate that.
about naked Leon
Oh, thank you for the sub, dude. I appreciate the sub with the prime, brother. Thank
mods,
you.
and it is all ha 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 jokes and celebration.
And we
And
forgot
yes,
what my
please give us
notifications
more.
were.
But somebody makes a body mod for Grace that changes her proportions, and suddenly it's disgusting.
Oh,
It's
here we
incredibly
go.
disrespectful because how dare you?
Feminists, we report we gotta report this game. Yeah, of course.
Chuds, my goon is culture. Your goon is jail time. And if you needed more proof of this double standard in real time, look no further than the upcoming Lara Croft series. In a recent interview, Sophie Turner made it very clear that her Lara Croft, the same beloved character who does unnecessary acrobatics and fights dinosaurs with pistols, is actually super serious this time, guys. And
Yeah.
it's not about her looks at all.
Yeah,
Because
we don't, or you don't really decide that. We decide that for you. I'm not gonna lie to you, big dog.
as we all know, of course, serious women can't be hot. Smart
Yeah.
girls can't be attractive. Not around here. Like, this is
Not around these
the
parts,
Lara
partner.
Croft we are talking about. Someone who is actually intentionally designed to be a bombshell. And the actress playing her felt she needed to share a preemptive disclaimer about her character's appearance before nary a single episode has aired. It's like the
Which is fine. You could say that, right? But it's not like we're really gonna listen.
mainstream reflex to downplay female characters' beauty has just been ingrained so deep at this point that it is basically automatic now, even for one of gaming's most iconic female characters. Meanwhile, Leon's voice actor is out here in interviews calling Leon a sex icon and laughing about it, completely at ease, reading the thirst tweets. Not one journalist has followed up
Didn't Blight's VA do the same thing where he read out a bunch of tweets? That's pretty funny. That's really good.
with the concern. Again, just think about if this were reversed. What would be
Hey, the more he does it, the more he'll get. The longer that autograph signing line will be at the convention booth. So shout out to him, dude. Hey, get your bag, brother. I ain't even mad at you.
the response if Jennifer English talked about how Shadowheart was suddenly a sex icon and
Damn. Maybe I do need to play Baldur's Gate 3.
cheered on all the male gooning? I love you, Jennifer, by the way. But Sophie Turner makes sure to give a disclaimer that nobody asked for or even wanted, while
Or
Nick
listened to.
Apostolides calls his character a sex icon and gets celebrated for embracing it. Just like Leon, Lara Croft has built a 30-year legacy on being smart, dangerous, and intentionally beautiful all at
Yeah.
the same time. She does not owe anyone a disclaimer for that, and neither do so many of our other beautiful female characters. Neither did Ada Wong, neither did Joe Valentine, neither did
I will say this though, Ada Wong's VA. Damn, that new VA for Ada Wong. That was tough. That was a tough listen. I mean, I heard some people like Ada Wong's new VA. That was a rough one.
Bayonetta, who, by the way, was designed by a woman and beloved by many women who were, at one point, told they were too
Bayonetta.
damaged to know what was actually good for them. But the disclaimers and criticisms only ever travel in one direction, and we all know why. Now, this actually brings me to the other half of RE9, Grace. Now, I want to be super clear, okay? I genuinely love Grace. I think Angela's performance is incredible, the writing is beautiful, and she is probably one of my favorite additions to the RE universe. But even with all of that, as someone who tries to carefully pick my battles, I've still got to call out Capcom's elephant in the room
Yeah.
with this one. Grace is a pretty feminine character. She is so layered and engaging, and I honestly enjoyed
I would hate to play her. Not because I don't want to play as this character. I'm not good with horror. I'm what do they call it, chat? There's a condition for it. What do they call it when you're not gonna a bitch? Yeah, there we go. That's what it is. Yeah, I'm a pussy. I can't really do horror, but that's why I wouldn't play it.
every second of her being on my screen. And if she existed in a vacuum, I probably would leave this one alone. But she doesn't exist in a vacuum. She exists in the same game as Leon that got every possible detail obsessed over. And she exists in a franchise with Jill, Claire, Ada, and even Mommy Domitress.
Oh,
And when
she's
you
so
put
hot.
her next to all of that, it is just painfully obvious how Capcom failed her. Not because
Yeah.
she is a bad character, not because of her story or how she complements Leon perfectly, but because as the player, I can see so easily exactly how much more she could have been. Her default character design is... it's just plain bad. It is safe, it's bland, and I made the joke several times when playing as her in third person that it's almost like I was staring at a blank piece of paper. She has no shape, no color. It's basically just a gray box. Her design makes me think that someone was already worrying about how the real horror of Requiem is actually the male gaze.
They like didn't want it. It would be as though they didn't want her to outshine Leon, right? Which is fine. They, like at that point, just make Leon the main character, but at least give Grace some love, bro. That sounds so bad to just be like almost a forgotten character, because I don't see anyone talking about Grace.
Or that it was done by a committee that was scared of how the other committee would approve it. You know, you might have goofed when the cosplay community is kind of all independently making the same adjustments to the standard costume. Crop tops, tank tops, skinny jeans, adding layers, colors, and on and on and on. Cosplayers will actually...
these are great. I love them. I love the changes that people are making.
always be final judge.
The jacket's pretty sick.
In my current playthrough, I actually added a crop top mod to Grace, and I have to say, it has made it even more fun to play.
Nice, dude. Nice. Looks very good.
Now, I've got more to say about Grace, but I think I'm going to save that for a future video, talking about all of our wonderful female characters.
Ooh.
I think we're on part like 4 now, or 5. Who knows? But Leon's design shows you what Capcom looks like when they are not afraid. Grace's shows you what happens when they are. Or at least when they choose not to try whatsoever. And I think that's why the response to Leon has been this big. Not just thirst, although obviously, yes, we've talked about that, but also relief. It is like guys and girls all across the internet have let out a huge sigh of relief, seeing that they just might start getting back their heroes. An entire generation of people grew up on these games, and Leon works so well as our male lead because he is him. He is the guy who walks into the worst situation imaginable and handles it. He's smart, capable, brave, a little bit corny, and exactly the
dad jokes for days, that's for sure.
Right way. Men want to be him, women want to be with him. He is the power fantasy and the rescue fantasy all at the same time, and there is nothing wrong with either of those things. There never was, and that is what a great character does when you just let them be great. No committee, no disclaimers, no apologies, just here he is, and look how everyone has responded. Look how hungry everyone was for it. Leon doesn't need to be any less.
Thirsty, I think is the right word. I think thirsty is the right word.
He is basically just a perfect character. Now we need the rest of our characters to be elevated to his level. If you made it to the end of this one, thank you so much. I know I was gone for a couple of weeks. Honestly, most of my spare time has been going to revisiting the Resident Evil remakes. But are you playing Requiem? Did you beat it? What are your thoughts? Thanks again for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.
Hell yeah. Chat. I love it. I love Background NPC. She's got great takes. They're always good, and I always love her videos. Chat. I will say that I believe in equality gooning, chat, for everyone, from the he's to the she's to the gays to the days. Everyone in between deserves their own games to goon to, chat. For every goddess of victory, Nikkei, there needs to be a love in deep space, right? I think everything is fair game. For every girl's frontline 2, there's got to be what is it? Tears of Themis. Oh god, there's another one with a twink Disney character, twinkified Disney characters. All I'm saying is that equality in the every actual sense of the word. Chat, let me know your guys' feel. Comment, subscribe. I'll catch you gamers in the next one. Bye.